There we go. That should be a little better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we adjust?
Yeah, probably a little bit. I mean,
Yay, nay.
you're a little awkward in there. I think it's fine.
Okay, yeah.
It's gonna work. All right. So it's gonna give another minute or two because I had to update information
Mm-hmm.
because that was not the correct stream. So I'm gonna go in and filter that out. It's gonna be fun.
So, are we just gonna run down in order from what our list is like? Or,
Yeah.
Or do you want to kind of just pop around how we feel?
I think we should just go down our list,
As,
or
okay.
at least bop around genre maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like,
But we're not gonna do like these ones of this list, these ones of this list. Just go down. This is this one. This is these three of this one. These three of this one. These three of this
yeah,
one.
but we can pop around like different genres. We don't have to go in this exact order, like genre wise.
I still think we ordered it pretty well though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's just give another couple minutes here. We're sitting at minute 20 here, right about now. We're at minute 20. So.
Yeah, raw.
Hoorah. You got stream pulled up? Because I'm going to be switching. You like Dr. Pepper with your Fireball? How is that Dr. Pepper with your Fireball?
Oh, fantastic.
There you go.
Not sponsored, by the way.
No, not sponsored by Dr. Pepper or Fireball. Wish.
We're not sponsored.
No, it's not a drinking game. It's just alcoholism.
Facts. There you are. I just scroll so far for Twitch.
Good job. All right. We're sitting at the 2 minute 20-second mark.
I'm gonna start. Why not?
Let's start with one of the lesser ones because I feel like I don't know.
Let's. Lesser in our opinion or lesser period?
I don't know.
I think let's start classical.
Can I get 2 pages up on this thing? Like, if I can get 2 pages up to be able to watch chat and see my list, because
I've got chat pulled up. I'll let you know if anything happens.
all right, I'm gonna see if I can get 2 things up.
Mm-hmm.
Get like a dual view. But yeah, music. Just
We're talking music. Pinnacle points, underrated songs, overrated songs.
of certain genres.
Which we've touched a plethora of them, and even eras, like decades.
Yeah, specifically the 60s through 2010s.
Yep.
Since 2020, we only have 6 months of
Music. So,
yeah. So we just kind of said,
yeah, touch the 2010 since we just ended this.
yeah, it's kind of
decade.
perfect.
Why not?
It is honestly kind of perfect.
So, as some of you may know, if you're watching the stream, we are classical music buffs. We're both music majors. Classical music kind of flows in the blood a little bit. So
You a little more than me, I'll admit.
fair. I don't know. I have a love for classical music, and it just sounds easier on the ear to me.
To you.
Personally.
Yeah, it's a personal opinion.
Yep.
And I can't figure out how to do it because I am not a tech wizard.
Jay Fanta, can you listen to my song? I feel like I'm underrated if I do. If not, I do not interrupt. Well, probably not tonight because we are currently just talking about our stuff and we have a lot to talk about. And if we don't get a move on it, we're going to be here for 3+ hours.
Yeah, we don't have the time for that. We do have, we now both have jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's okay. I will actually take a
We can
it might not maybe be on stream, but we'll definitely do our best to take a look at it. I'm gonna write it down just so it's in the whole.
Is it on your Twitch channel? Just a curiosity, Jay Fanta. Just wait on a reply from that.
Yeah.
But I think to start, honestly, with this one, I want to start overrated.
Start with the overrateds, then work our way
to the
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's actually.
I think we can talk like overrated, pinnacle, underrated. Or do you want to do overrated, underrated, pinnacle?
I think prefer the other way. On all platforms, the name is On the Inside by Jay Fanta. Like Spotify, I assume, by all platforms.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, we can give that a listen. It probably won't be on stream, but
we'll give it a listen.
We'll definitely give it a listen, and if we get a chance later, we'll do our best to talk about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay. So, overrated classical song. I actually want to hear what you said because I think ours are different here.
Yeah, keep an eye on chat because I can only keep an eye on one thing at a time.
I got you.
And I do not remember what I said because we said a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thank you for the follow, Jay Fanta. Much appreciated.
Thank you very much.
So, I think we actually agree on overrated classical.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Give it to me.
Für Elise.
Yes, we do. Für Elise by Beethoven. I used to walk into high school every single day, and there'd be at least one kid. There'd be 3 things that are playing, but Für Elise is by far the one that is played the most.
All right, thanks for the follow, Schaefer.
2023. Thank you.
Yeah. Hope you're having a great night.
Mm-hmm. But I would hear just
ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-da,
it drives me insane. Like, yes, we get it.
It's a good song.
It's a good song.
Or a good
but
piece.
It's a great piece in classical music settings. But it's just so
overplayed.
It's like Moonlight Sonata. Beethoven still overplayed. Beethoven's 5 overplayed. Honestly, it's just Beethoven, honestly.
The first is good.
Yeah.
First symphony. That's good. C, back to C,
yeah.
back to C, and back to C, and back to C, and now to D, now to D, now to D, and now to D, and now to D. Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Not exactly, but that's the idea.
Close to it.
All right. Since we agreed on that one, what is your underrated?
So I'm going to give you a second to try and figure it out. I'll give you the composer to hint at, but this composer is always looked over in the Romantic period. Franz Liszt was one of the more genius composers of his time, and everyone looks over him because he has crunchy music, and it's very much hard to listen to, especially with the length of this piece, the Sonata in B minor.
Yep. And one thing I want to say before we continue is this is not going to be entirely classical music.
Nope.
This is going to be, for the general audience, this is probably going to be the slowest part.
Yep, this will be like the first 5 minutes. We'll get to the better genres like rock, metal.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, let's go ahead. Again, we're only going to do 3 songs outside of a few honorable mentions we feel like mentioning at the time. Mm-hmm. But we're going to be doing overrateds, underrateds, and the pinnacle of a genre / era. Which eras we have the 60s all the way up through the 2010s.
Yep. So, the Liszt Sonata in B minor. I love this piece, and I actually didn't hear this until I got to college. Our piano professor showed us this in class, and I just fell in love with the piece instantly. And I don't know. I think this it just really highlights what Liszt could do.
And this is Ripple, not Danae, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Just did a phenomenal job, and I can't explain it. It's just pure
Beautiful.
bliss and beautiful.
Mine. Are you done?
Yep.
Sorry. I don't want to get ahead of you, but
Go for it.
mine goes way back. Way back. We're talking centuries, not just a couple centuries. We're talking.
Are you talking Renaissance here?
Keep going back a little there, buddy.
You're going medieval, huh?
Possibly. I can't remember exactly what era this is. Correct me if I shouldn't say correct me, but please tell me which one it is, because I honestly forget what it's specifically called. Dies Irae.
You're going back to medieval times. You're going to Gregorian chant.
I am.
Ooh.
Dies Irae, for those of you who don't know, is essentially what a lot of horror movie music is based off of.
Mm-hmm.
Dies Irae, Dies Irae.
Yep.
I don't know if I got my intervals right, but close enough.
Yeah.
And it's so ingrained in our culture, and no one really knows about it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I have to say it's underrated. Is just how little it truly is acknowledged by the general public. I'm not saying it should be, but
well, it's like I'm gonna actually turn back to Liszt. Liszt wrote a piano concerto based on the melody of Dies Irae.
Yeah.
And many other composers as well use that melody to compose their pieces.
Yes.
So I think that has its importance, and I think it's important to acknowledge the original Gregorian chant to it.
And Gregorian chant is what's called a, if I can get nerdy here, so to speak.
Yep.
Monophonic, single voiced, or at least single part in music, rather than what's called a polyphonic, which is really common today,
Yep.
where it's multiple voices at the same time, and homophonic, which is chords with a voice above it.
And the origin of Gregorian chant comes from what originally would have been the Catholic Mass of the time, and they used it during their masses. Like go back to the monks back in like the early days. Like
What's his nuts?
It was Pope Gregory the
That's
Fourth.
it. Pope Gregory.
All right, and
Pinnacle.
The pinnacle of classical music, in your opinion.
My opinion.
Yep.
I did a paper on this guy. I got a 55 on it out of 100. I put my heart and soul into that thing, and I got a 55. Still passed the class. C's get degrees. Ave Maria, Josquin Desprez, did a paper on the composer, 10 plus pages. I forget how many exactly, probably 12 pages plus the bibliography. And Ave Maria, just beautiful piece. Can't say nothing else about it.
Yeah, exactly. So my pinnacle is actually in a different era than yours. Only one ahead of it, though, in the Baroque period.
Baroque is after it. Baroque comes after Renaissance.
Yeah, that's what I said. After.
Oh, I thought you said before.
Nope, after.
Nope.
But you can't talk about pinnacle peak when the only major composer other than Vivaldi and Handel, you can't talk about it without Bach.
Oh,
and
no.
I think the pinnacle of this was by far the biggest. It's the biggest, actually, I think it is the biggest piece he ever wrote. The Bach Mass in B minor. It's just one giant fugue, pretty much.
I actually was close to putting that one as my pinnacle. If not that one, it was going to be Well Tempered.
Yep. Bach was a genius in that writing and just knew what he was doing. Melodies were appropriate, and he did what was right. And honestly, he only wrote a few masses, like I think 3 or 4, and he should have written a lot more because this was by far his best piece, his best work.
Yeah, let's go and move on. Should we go to what genre next?
Jazz?
I think jazz is good. We can just finish off with a lot of the stronger ones.
Yep.
So to speak. Just for warning, my overrated's because I just have bad experience with it.
Okay. Mine actually, I have it as an overrated. So.
Oh, it is an overrated. Okay.
Yep. So you want to start with yours? Because I feel like I'm gonna get hated on.
Yeah, mine is I forget the artist. I forget the band. Children of the Sun.
Oh yeah.
I have a bad experience with that one. The bass. I played that one in our jazz band. I'm the bassist in our jazz band, and we had it was one of my first semesters. I had just started playing bass my senior year of high school, so I've only been playing a year or two at a time. And I, for some reason, couldn't get the rhythms down, and I spent the entire semester flubbing it up, and it was not fun.
I think you know where I'm going with this one.
It's one of two. I got two ideas in my head.
This group is fantastic. Do not get me wrong. Weather Report is fantastic.
Oh, no.
But Birdland is so overrated.
Oh.
I know it hurts the soul to say that. It is a good song. Do not get me wrong. But it is so overrated for what it was. I'm just going to flat out say it. All the crappy arrangements that came out of it. I think only 2 versions of it are fantastic. The original done by Weather Report and the version Maynard Ferguson done. Birdland is overrated. I'm going to say it right now. I'm sorry, but it's overrated. I'm going to get so much hate from the chat. Anyone that knows me and knows my love for jazz music, they're just going to roast me. And that's fine by me.
You see, I thought you were going to say something like, oh, it's Teen Town. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. No, go for fucking Birdland. Piece of shit. All right, I'm going to go with my underrated. Just move on. So we talked about that we're going to try our best not to repeat artists, especially if it's in the same category.
Which I did not.
I did. This is the closest I ever did. My underrated is a phenomenal bassist, one of the greatest of all time. Jaco Pastorius and his Portrait of Tracy.
Okay, yeah.
It's very complicated, and if you the less you know about music, the more weird it's going to sound.
Yep.
But how difficult that piece is to play. I have never attempted it. I may never attempt it. It is so difficult to play. It is so weirdly written that if I gave Portrait of Tracy a chance, there's no way I'm going to play it.
There's no way you can do it.
No.
So for my underrated, the person who wrote this actually is also a bass player as well. Not Jaco, but...
Wooten or Miller? Or
Neither.
Clark?
This one's a little more classical, back in the 50s.
Larry Graham?
Charles Mingus.
Ooh.
So Charles Mingus, as some people know, he led his own orchestra, but the song features a ever so beautiful Barry sax lick, Moanin'. Moanin'
My man.
has been one of the charts I've wanted to play for so long, but you need an orchestra that can be independent on its own part. Like every single part, like sax 1, 2, every single part has to be independent. And it's hard to manage all of the parts being individual and on their own little world.
Yeah.
But it is a phenomenal piece to try and break down and understand.
No, I think you should do your pinnacle first.
So I had a tie here because I could not pick between the two.
I figured you put a tie on jazz.
Because I couldn't.
I know.
So
Let me guess one of them.
you can go ahead and guess the.
Guess one of them.
Yeah, go ahead.
Actually, can I get a bit of like a reverse hint? Can I guess a little bit about it before I guess it?
Yes, you can go for it.
Did we play this one in jazz band?
No.
We did not. Okay, so then throw that out the window.
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
So the first one I'll talk about because I have a feeling this one's a little lesser than the other, but they're still both fantastic. But I can't choose between them. So originally, the person who performed this was a trumpet player,
Miles Davis.
Louis Armstrong. I think that's where I'm going with that. What a Wonderful World.
Damn it.
I know. You know that's where I was going with it. But the other one, a little lesser known, but still very well known. I'm going with my boy Frank Sinatra, My Way. Those two are high pinnacles in jazz. They're important. They don't almost fit the style of jazz, but they have the jazz sense in
More
itself.
cabaret with Sinatra.
Exactly. But they both fit the style.
Yeah, I can see those. I went on a different route because you know what I said.
No, I don't. Say it.
Birdland.
I hate you.
I said Birdland. I couldn't not acknowledge.
Our professors would be so disappointed in you.
They would be. Dr. G has already just threw me in the tenant portal.
Yep.
He's already thrown me into the transfer portal.
Yep, he is.
Yep.
He really is already. Okay, so we've talked classical, we've talked jazz.
Let's go and go from the top of the list and move down.
All right, let's talk rock.
Just
rock.
general rock.
So, I think I know we both have our overrated as the exact same thing because you said it and I'm like, yep.
I never said it.
I
played the drum part.
You implied it. So 3 most overrated rock songs.
On go. So 3, 2, 1.
Seven Nation Army.
Oh.
Okay, sorry. Well, Seven
Nation
Nation
Army.
Army. White Stripes.
Most overrated rock song ever.
The simplest riff, the simplest percussion part, and the most annoying, lyrical line. That too. Everyone thinks it's such a good stand chart in, like pep band, but it's so...
Overplayed.
So overplayed, so bad.
No one plays it right.
Nope, no one does. No one ever does.
They're like, oh, a trombone. It slides down the neck. It should play sliding up the slide. No.
Nope, it's so bad.
No instrument made of brass should ever play that instrument. That. No. The only person who should be able to play that song is Jack White. Let's be honest.
Yep.
Because it should never leave a White Stripes concert.
Underrated.
Mine I've talked to you about, but I don't know if you can I think you can guess the band. The band can be considered overrated, but this song is by far one of the most underrated, if not the most underrated song on their album. It is the first album I've ever owned.
Oh,
Appetite for Destruction by Guns N' Roses.
Yep.
It is not Welcome to the Jungle. It is not Sweet Child of Mine.
Yeah, it's I can't remember the name of it. You've told me so many times though.
My Michelle.
Yeah, My Michelle. Yep.
That opening riff.
Yep.
Is godlike.
Yeah.
It is. And then, of course, 8-year-old me listening to a song that has references to coke, meth, and porn in the first 6 lines of the song.
Yep.
Yeah, it's definitely one for the kids.
Oh, obviously, yeah, 100%. So, my underrated, I actually went towards funky.
Ooh.
I went to Red Hot Chili Peppers for this one.
I feel bad because I don't think I've put Red Hot Chili Peppers in any of my categories.
And this one, it's barely rock. I'm going to be really flat out honest, but it's so underrated that I have to acknowledge.
I think I know which one it is.
Tell me.
Californication.
No.
Under the Bridge.
Also no. It's a newer one.
Dark Necessities.
Bingo. Dark Necessities, Red Hot Chili Peppers, is so underrated.
Can I put another one? Because I didn't put a Red Hot Chili Peppers song in here, and I'm feeling guilty.
Go for it.
My most underrated Chili Pepper song. The Longest Wave. Same album.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful song. I love The Longest Wave. I particularly love the background vocals.
Yep.
Beautiful. I think it was Josh who does those.
Yep.
Josh Klinghoffer. Although you've been replaced by John Frusciante again, Frusciante is a much better guitarist than Klinghoffer ever was.
But background vocals are fantastic.
Josh Klinghoffer, if you had to get rid of Frusciante, fit the bill perfectly.
Yeah, and the only reason why I love Dark Necessity so much, who does not love Flea slapping bass?
One of the first slap bass lines I've ever learned.
Exactly, it's a fantastic line.
It's a beautiful bass line.
And then I
think we have the same pinnacle.
We have the same thing for pinnacle.
This was the inspiration of why we made this idea for a stream. 3, 2, 1. Bohemian Rhapsody
by Queen. Yep. 100%. I don't even need to talk about it. If any of you in stream have never listened to this, I
take pity on your soul
and get out. Like, honestly.
It is. You don't have to see the movie.
You don't have to go see the movie, but if you've never heard the song,
what you? I feel bad for your parents. They failed you.
They have failed you. As like
your parents or guardians have failed you if you've never heard that song.
Exactly.
Your friends, family, everybody.
Everyone has failed you, and it's just disappointing.
Bohemian Rhapsody is the pinnacle of popular music.
Honestly, it's one of the highest pinnacles in music. Like
period.
Yeah. Like, I would argue that to the point. All right.
Next genre. Let's go down let's keep going down our list. Punk music, one of my personal favorites.
And I know it's a good category, and I love it.
I've listened to punk music since I was 7.
Mm-hmm. Like, I didn't necessarily grow up on punk. I discovered punk while listening to other music, and I don't know. I grew an appreciation for it because it's like a crossbreed of a lot of genres, and it's just fantastic.
Mainly being brought in by the Ramones and the Sex Pistols.
Yes, exactly.
And my brother got me into punk.
Yep.
Back when I was 7 with what album had just come out. I remember it was just Sum 41. We listened to All Killer No Filler, Chuck, Underclass Hero. Underclass Hero is what did me in.
Mm-hmm.
That whole album. My favorite Sum 41 album.
Yeah. So.
Overrated.
I
think we might share this one.
No,
but you go ahead.
No, we don't.
Oh, what's your overrated punk song?
So, this band is not overrated in itself. Green Day's a fantastic band. But you can't acknowledge it. American Idiot. I know, I've just completely pissed off Kevin. He's done. He's already over the stream. We're going to end it right here because he thinks I just roasted one of his favorite bands of all time. But American Idiot is so overrated. It really is. I'm going to get some disrespectfully disagree. Kevin's going to forever disown me. I'm no longer his friend. I have to be moved out by tomorrow. It just is what it is.
My way more overrated song, because that is not overrated.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. I will take that to my grave.
Okay, well, I mean, you're wrong, so.
Because this one is overrated.
I want to hear it.
This whole band is overrated. I do not like this band. I love punk. I do not like this band. I think you know what band I'm talking about.
I think I do know what band.
Which band is it?
I want to hear you say.
There's a number in the band. It's not Sum 41.
Blink 182.
It is Blink 182.
Yep.
All
okay.
the small things.
All the small things. Yeah. Okay, I can see that, but I don't know.
It is the most overrated song one of the most overrated songs I've ever heard.
Yep.
It sucks. I hate that song. I used to love it as a kid. No, song's trash.
Underrated.
You went first last time. I'll go first this time.
Go for it.
This is a Sum 41 song because Sum 41 is my favorite punk band. They're not the greatest punk band. I had to differentiate that, but I had to put Sum 41 on this list.
Mm-hmm.
So I chose Sum 41's most underrated song, With Me.
Yep.
With Me is, in my opinion, the most underrated punk song. It's not really a punk song either.
But it's...
If I had to pick a different one that's more punky, Walking Disaster.
Yep.
Or Underclass Hero. That whole album's just underrated.
Yeah. So mine, I turned to what actually introduced me to punk. And it's popular by nature, but it's kind of underrated because some people don't appreciate the talent of Tom Morello. Rage Against the Machine, Bulls on Parade.
Ooh, I don't have a Rage song.
Yeah. Bulls on Parade is a great song. It is underappreciated from what it is. It's popular. People know it. But it's so underappreciated.
We talked about this. Rage Against the Machine is one of the few bands where their best songs are the popular ones.
Yeah, it's one of few bands. There's not many of them that can say some of the best songs that they have are like the most popular.
Yes.
Like
Killing in the Name and Bulls on Parade.
Yep.
Their two biggest songs are the two best songs.
Yep, two best. Like some of the best they've ever written. I mean, like what other ones can we think of? Queen. Yeah. I can't really think of any others.
One of the opposites, Imagine Dragons. Their worst songs are the popular ones.
Yep.
Yeah.
Facts.
So,
Pinnacle.
you go first.
I had to go to the Beastie Boys for this one.
I know which one you picked.
Sabotage.
Yep.
You can't tell me that it's not the pinnacle of what punk and like a mixture of punk and rap are. It's one of the pinnacles. Everyone knows this song. And it's not overly played to the point where it's annoying. It's like the perfect amount of respect for it. And I think it deserves a spot at the pinnacle.
Mine's different.
Yours is what I know what band you picked. It's Green Day.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Green Day is, to me...
And I would put them at the pinnacle. I would put a different song in it, but I had to acknowledge how overplayed that one was. That's my own opinion. I know you're gonna disrespect for me, like have so much disrespect for me from now on.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm kicking you in the ass when this is over. But to me, the greatest punk song in history has to be Jesus of Suburbia.
And that's true. I love Jesus of Suburbia. 9
minutes, and the radio still played the whole thing.
Yep.
Like, you have to acknowledge that if the radio plays something longer than 3 minutes without cutting it,
yep,
you have to acknowledge that has to be godlike.
Right.
Jesus of Suburbia is the greatest punk song.
All right, next category. We're going to emo music.
My heart and soul.
Yep.
I fucking love emo music.
I never was really big into emo music, but I listened to some of it. I will say that. I did listen to some of it.
I didn't get into MCR until a summer or two ago.
Yeah. But
when I did, I hit it hard. I hit it so fucking hard.
You know what? I'm going to say I'm going first for my overrated because I know it's different than yours. So I had to turn to a band, and I'm going to get so much hate for this. So I turned to Panic at the disco for this one.
Honestly, I would say that Panic at the Disco is slightly overrated in terms of emo.
But I went to the...
Especially nowadays. It's extremely overrated. It's not emo anymore. It's just straight up pop.
Went to one of their most popular ones.
You didn't go to the popular one, right?
I Write Sins, Not Tragedies. Mm-hmm. I did. Yes, I did. So make that 2 ass kickings tonight stream. You're gonna kill me tonight, aren't you? Don't worry, my top 2 will make up for it. The underrated and the pinnacle.
The most overrated emo song. I almost said punk. The most overrated emo song ever. Jimmy Eat World, The Middle.
Yeah. 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 I don't even think you need to really talk about it.
It's only 2.5 minutes long.
Yeah. No, it's just, you don't really need to talk about it.
Jimmy Eat World is extremely overrated. Watch Mojo has them as the #1 emo band with My Chem at 3.
That's wrong.
My Chem is emo music.
My Chem is what founded it. Panic maybe a close second or third.
Fall Out Boy is up there too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even like groups like AFI are up there.
Oh yeah, definitely. Taking Back Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
There's 1,000 more that we're not even going to be able to say.
All right. Underrated.
I can go all day on underrateds, but I chose one because I had to get the band on there, so I just chose an extremely underrated one from this band. Alone Together, Fall Out Boy. Other ones I can say, of course, I can say Ballad from Mona Lisa, Panic at the Disco. I can even go a bit to 21 Pilots and say stuff like, let's see, like Trap Door is a great one. I can say Guns for Hands is a phenomenal one.
Yep.
Or Nico and the Niners, one of my personal favorite 21 Pilot songs.
Mm-hmm.
Because MCR, I'll just, spoiler alert, MCR, I'm not going to say what song, is my pinnacle. If I go to MCR, I can say things like Mama.
Yeah.
I can say Disenchanted. That whole album is gold. I would say To the End is one of my personal favorite My Chem songs.
You know, and then my underrated is still like very popular. Like people know this one, but I went to AFI.
Oh, I know which one you said.
Miss Murder.
My placeholder until I found the middle or refound the middle.
Yep.
Was Miss Murder for overrated, actually.
For overrated, huh?
But that was just more of a placeholder.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
I feel like Alone Together and Miss Murder are both very underrated.
Yeah.
Like AFI as a whole is an underrated emo band in general. Miss Murder is their most popular song.
Yep.
Fall Out Boy is one of the 4 biggest emo bands ever.
Mm-hmm.
Alone Together is one of their lesser popular. I shouldn't say lesser popular, but one of their lesser appreciated songs.
Yep. And I know we have our pinnacle is the exact same.
Same thing. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Black Parade. My Chemical Romance.
Yep.
Just play a fucking G on a piano. You're gonna have 50% of your fans. 50% of everybody in the room gonna cry.
Yep. I don't even need to talk about it.
No, we're done. Let's go to the next one. So, Metal. I have a trio of phenomenal artists in all of these.
As do I. But my overrated...
I feel like we should agree on the overrated, even if we haven't put the same one on there.
Yep. Okay, you go ahead and start for this one.
Crazy Train, Ozzy Osbourne.
I don't even consider that metal, to be honest with you.
Really?
I consider Ozzy like hardcore. I don't consider it metal. Like that song especially, I just don't. But that's my own opinion. But I can understand that it's overrated as crap.
Oh yeah, Crazy Train is the most overrated rock song ever.
But I can do you one better.
Oh.
I went to Metallica for this one.
Oh no.
Yep. Enter Sandman.
There's a reason I didn't. I actually do agree. Enter Sandman is more overrated than Crazy Train is. Metallica's in another spot on my list. So I didn't, and I think you know exactly which song it is and what place it's at.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So now
underrated.
Now we're gonna talk underrated for metal.
Mm-hmm.
So I turned to a little new-ish, not really, but I went to Slipknot.
Ooh.
The Devil and I.
Great song.
Great song. I don't know. I love Chugfest songs that are just very much like, it's a very calm, mellow guitar opening, and then you just get absolute Chugfest with rhythm guitar, bass, and like drums, and it's just, I don't know. It's a great song.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. Just.
My underrated. I went to a British band. It's not Muse. Muse is my favorite band, but this is not Muse. Iron Maiden.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna go there.
Fear of the Dark.
Mm-hmm. Underrated as crap.
Fear of the Dark by Iron Maiden.
Yep.
If I can put one Ozzy song on there, I don't want to stop.
Yep.
If I can redeem Ozzy, I don't want to stop. One of the most underrated metal songs ever.
Yep. 100%.
Now, I think we disagree on our pinnacle for metal.
Okay. What's your band? I just want to know.
Metallica.
I have Disturbed here.
Okay.
I think you're intrigued to what I want to hear. But I want to hear your Metallica song. I'm actually kind of curious what you have.
I think it's obvious which one I picked. It's not one. It's not Enter Sandman.
For Whom the Bell Tolls.
For Whom the Bell Tolls.
Mm-hmm.
Cliff fucking Burton.
You don't need to say any more Cliff Burton.
Rest in peace, Cliff Burton.
But you gone too soon.
God-like bass line. Mm-hmm. There's that, I forget what key it's in, but I know it's Dorian.
Mm-hmm. It's just, it's phenomenal. So, like I said, Disturbed. And I did turn to one of the more popular ones. Yes, I did. I want you to take a wild guess. Go for it. Stricken by Disturbed. You can't. You just can't.
Stricken is beautiful.
It's a beautiful song. You can't.
It's weird to say that for Stricken, but it is a beautiful song.
Hardcore.
All right, hard fucking core.
And you
go first this time. I've gone first.
For overrated, I think you know where I'm going with this one. I'm turning to a good band, but overrated hardcore song.
What?
3 Days Grace. I Hate Everything About You.
Yep.
That's what I turned to.
I'll agree with that one. But it's not what I picked, but yeah.
You can't. It's so overplayed.
3 Days Grace is in this weird place. Are they overrated or are they underrated?
If you take out I Hate Everything About You, they're underrated.
Right. But I Hate Everything About You is still a fucking bop.
Mm-hmm. It's still good. I'm not saying that. It's just overrated.
Because I remember when we first started these, we had it as the pinnacle, the most underrated, and the worst.
Yep.
Which we can't pick a worst because we love almost every single song in all these categories. So we had to choose. We had to go back and take a step back and say overrated. Mm-hmm. Because that way we can actually pick a song. And that we are honestly picking overrated songs anyway. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, I can see that.
Yeah.
But it's not mine. I'm not even close to what I picked. Bring Me the Horizon.
Oh.
Can You Feel My Heart?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So fucking overrated.
Yep.
It's one of my least favorite Bring Me the Horizon songs.
Yep.
My personal favorite is a toss-up between Ludens, In the Dark, or Throne. Mm-hmm. Those are my three favorites.
Underrated.
I went for an underrated band. I think they came back together, but I think they only really did one album. Egypt Central.
Ooh.
And it's not their most popular hit. It's not White Rabbit, which is a bop and a half. I went with The Drug.
Oh, okay. Yep. I can see that.
I immediately won't. White Rabbit, Egypt Central. No. Now let's not do that. Let's do Ghost Town, which is also a phenomenal song. Mm-hmm. But then I'm like, no, The Drug. It has to be The Drug.
Yeah.
The Drug, Egypt Central is a phenomenal song. I love it.
So, with mine, I had such a hard time determining what this group was. And I came to the point where I said they were a hardcore band with metal influence.
I think I know which band you picked, and I am proud of you.
Avenged Sevenfold.
Not the band I was thinking, but I still am proud.
Yep. I went to Avenged Sevenfold. Underrated, critical acclaim. And this song is very metal in nature. And I know I'm probably going to get some people like, oh, but it's metal, but you shut your mouth. They are a hardcore band. They do have metal influences, though, yes. I am acknowledging that, but you look to Dear God. That sounds almost country. They are all over the map. So I consider them a hardcore band because they have lyrics that are hardcore, and then they have riffs that are hardcore, and then they have some nature, and it's mostly in their drums that is metal.
Yeah.
I would say that Avenged is a hardcore band with metal influence.
Mm-hmm.
So, critical acclaim. If you haven't listened to it, go give it a listen. Fantastic song.
Which one was it?
Critical acclaim.
Okay.
Pinnacle. So you're gonna love me for this one.
I know I will. I think we had the same one.
I think we had the same band, not the same song.
I think we do have the same band, same song. Because...
So, what's your band?
I have two songs. This is not on my list. I'm changing it. I have to put two songs on here.
So, I have Muse.
I have Muse as well. I know what song you picked, and it is sharing it with one of mine. So you go ahead.
Knights of Sidonia.
That is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Knights of Sidonia.
I almost put Hysteria, but Knights of Sidonia.
I put Hysteria and Knights of Sidonia. And it's not written on my list, but I have to acknowledge Hysteria as a pinnacle of hardcore music.
But Knights of Sidonia is just such a beautiful song.
It is.
It's one of the things that highlighted, the 90s.
Knights of Sidonia came out in 2006.
Did it? Did it really?
Came off Black Holes and Revelations, their 4th studio album.
Okay, well, you know the rules.
Yep, you deserve a drink.
Okay, cool.
Do not question my Muse knowledge.
Okay, sorry. My bad. Still highlighted the 2000s then.
You go Showbiz, then you got Origin of Symmetry, Absolution, masterpiece of an album. Then you have Black Holes and Revelations. The final song, I believe, if not second to last song on that album, is Knights of Sidonia. If it not, it's Glorious.
Yeah, but regardless, phenomenal.
Fucking love Knights of Sidonia. Hysteria can be a bit overrated.
Can you give me more ice?
I can give you more ice.
Okay, but But Knights of Sidonia, just, I don't know, phenomenal song. I actually discovered it while playing Guitar Hero 3, for those of you that remember what that is.
Guitar Hero 3 is a fucking banger of a game.
Mm-hmm. Phenomenal.
Guitar
Fantastic.
Hero, great. It's also another reason how I discovered Sum 41. Yeah, I know. Drink fridge is over here. What am I doing?
It's sitting on top.
Oh, it's right.
Okay. But, yeah, no, I think we need to move on to our next one.
But seriously, if you haven't listened to any Muse songs, go listen to Absolution, especially, if not that, Origin of Symmetry, and just educate yourself.
Yep.
It's on Spotify. Beautiful. Amazing.
All right. Country.
This is the most difficult one for me because I do not listen to country at all.
I listen to good country.
I don't listen to country whatsoever. So I just went with what songs I knew and what songs I hated. What song I hated. That I could name.
Overrated. I know we disagree on this probably.
I don't think we do.
What's the band?
Johnny Cash.
Overrated?
Overrated? No.
I was about to say.
No, I thought we went Pinnacle. I went down to
Overrated.
Pinnacle. My Pinnacle is Johnny Cash, by the way.
Okay, good. Overrated.
Kenny Chesney.
Oh, I went Florida Georgia line.
I want Kenny Chesney.
Okay, go for it.
Save a horse, ride a cowboy.
Get out. Get out right now. No, get out right now.
You said American Idiot.
No, we're done. All right.
You said American Idiot.
Okay, no.
Yes.
No.
You said American Idiot.
First off, Kenny Chesney, I mean, technically, yes, he did do it. But, I mean, honestly, the better rendition, if you want to listen to a better rendition of it, listen to Big and Rich.
I will never budge on this.
There's something wrong with you. Okay,
I will
so
never
my
budge.
overrated, I have Florida Georgia line. I have Holy.
Honestly, I can't argue because I don't know.
It's a trashy country pop song. It's awful.
I know Florida Georgia Line loves their auto-tune, but...
No, this one, it's just like a rock, it's a country ballad, and it's awful. Don't listen to it.
Most underrated? This one is... Yeah, go ahead, underrated. Go ahead and go first.
So, this song is super popular, and I did this for the fiddle players. Charlie's Daniels Band, The Devil Went Down to Georgia. Come on. Underrated. It's just underappreciated. Some people just don't like the aggressive fiddle playing. I do. It's just... Fantastic. Phenomenal. Fantastic.
This was the most difficult slot out of the entire preparation for me. Like, literally every other song you're going to hear from me and that you have heard from me has been infinitely easier than coming up with this most underrated country song. And the only way I was able to come up with this is because I was dragged to a country show in Prior Lake with my parents a number of years ago. And I went to, it was a 2-night festival where the headline for the first night, which is one I was actually really excited for, was Bret Michaels because I grew up on Poison. And it was basically a Poison concert. And I loved it. We also listened to Warrant and Firehouse. So the next night was country, and this is one my parents were really looking forward to. The head of that night that I remember, Montgomery Gentry.
Mm-hmm.
And I just said Where I Come From.
Mm-hmm.
Because I couldn't think of any other country song, really.
Fair.
And this one I felt like actually was kind of underrated.
All right, now we got to talk Pinnacle. We both had Johnny Cash. Did we have the same song, though, is the question.
Let's say it at 3 on 3.
2.
Walk the line.
Yes, we did. Phenomenal Johnny Cash song. It's what founded country music. It's just he took folk and jazz influences and he created country with his music at the time. And yeah, I just you can't. If you don't have Johnny Cash at your pinnacle, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
And I don't really have much more to say about it. All right, so now
we're in rap.
Yes, we are. So overrated. I'll start this time.
Okay.
So, I had 50 Cent here. I'm gonna get a lot of hate here, but I had In the Club.
I can see it.
I had In the Club here. It's a great song. Overrated.
I can see it. I can respect it. For me, I went more modern. I went with Rihanna. Work.
Yep. Okay. I don't even think you need to say anything about that, really.
I just said half the lyrics.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I just said 90% of the lyrics.
Yep. Underrated. I want you to go first.
Mine is my favorite hip-hop rap artist out there.
I know which one it is.
I'd like to hear you tell me. I think you got the artist. I don't know if you have the song.
Song? No. Childish Gambino is the artist, though.
It is Childish Gambino.
Mm-hmm.
Who is my... What do you think is my favorite song? I would say most underrated song that I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's definitely one of them. Childish Gambino. What is my most underrated rap song of Childish Gambino? It's off his album. I believe it's off Camp.
Yeah, then I have no clue.
Heartbeat.
Yep, okay.
Heartbeat is my most underrated rap song ever.
You know,
Oh, oops.
for my underrated, I turned into one of the founders of rap.
Ooh.
I went to Tupac.
I don't know if he was a founder, but he was definitely a...
He was pretty much a founder.
He was a cornerstone.
He was a cornerstone, a milestone, pretty much. I mean, the founders, you have the Sugar Hill Gang. That's what founded rap.
Yeah.
And the influences like the Beastie Boys also started giving influence to it. But what truly founded what we call hip-hop nowadays, Tupac was one of the influences.
Yes, definitely. No doubt about it.
Mm-hmm. And I can't remember if this song was written before he died or after he died, because or it was released. Cause
I was going to say, written after he died?
No.
I don't think that was Tupac then.
No, because he wrote a bunch of music that wasn't released until after he passed away. I think it was around right when he died. But the song is called Ballad of a Dead Soldier. And I don't know, it's kind of different nature of Tupac compared to what mostly he's rapping about. He's talking about losing stuff, and I don't know, it's just he's talking about what it was like, well, him being in a gang pretty much, and what it was like losing a life. I mean, I don't know, I think it's underrated, underappreciated.
And then now we're going, I think we share Pinnacle.
And we're gonna get a lot of hate for this because, oh, you picked a white artist?
I
don't care.
I don't think we share a Pinnacle.
Oh, we don't?
You go ahead.
So I had Eminem.
We don't share a Pinnacle.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
I had Lose Yourself.
I can respect it.
If you don't, like, Lose Yourself is one of the pinnacles. Like,
it is.
Like, okay, 8 Mile was a fantastic movie, and when you heard Lose Yourself for the very first time,
you were pumped up.
You were pumped. You were excited. It got you going, and it's people like. So to give you a reference, most people like it. Like my dad, he hates rap music, despises it. I don't know. I just don't think he doesn't like it. But he can listen to Lose Yourself.
Right.
No problem. He loves it and it appreciates it because he thinks it's talented. It's talent.
It is.
And people give Eminem such a bad rap because he's white, but it's not.
What makes it good?
It's like.
It sadly is what makes it good.
It's like because he's white. Because what for the longest time it was an exclusive genre for just not white people. But I'm gonna get hate for it, and I'm probably gonna get judged for it. But I have to put it there. It's a phenomenal ones. Other ones I thought of, I looked to Biggie, I looked to Dr. Dre, I looked to Jay-Z and Kanye. I looked to other artists like that.
I might get some flack from mine, but for me, I just love this song too much. Coolio.
Yeah.
Gangsta's Paradise.
Phenomenal.
I just love that one. So much fun. I love riffing on it with playing the main riff with the bass. So much fun.
Right.
I just if I can also say one thing, unpopular opinion. I get more hyped up from Till I Collapse than I do Lose Yourself.
Mm-hmm. All right, pop music.
Pop music.
Pop music. Overrated?
What'd I say? Oh yeah. Yeah. This one I just fucking hate.
Give her a go.
The Middle, Zed and Maren Morris. Marlon Morris. Marlon Morris, Zed,
The Middle.
The Middle.
Twice, huh?
Well, yeah, I have two The Middles. Whatever you do, not name a song The Middle. I'll just meet you in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
That one.
Mm-hmm.
I despise it.
Yep.
I've heard it way too many fucking times. I used to work as a counselor, coach at basketball camps. It seems like every half hour you heard this song. And it's 3 minutes of the exact same line.
So, here, I had Taylor Swift.
Really? I can see, yeah, I can see it.
I Knew You Were Trouble.
Yep. A bop, though, in its own, when it came out.
But so overrated.
It is extremely
honestly, okay,
overrated.
I'm just going to flat out say it. I hate Taylor Swift. I don't
You
like
hate her or her music?
her music. She's a
Okay.
good person herself, but I hate her music. Can't listen to it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. Underrated. You want to go first? Or shall I?
You go ahead.
So, I had one that features one of my favorite drummers, but a phenomenal pop artist in the same time. So, this song was written by Philip Bailey, featuring Phil Collins. Easy Lover. This song is underrated. It's underappreciated. I don't know. It's a good pop song. It's easy to listen to. And I don't know, Phil Collins singing, Philip Bailey singing, I think it's just a phenomenal pair.
Yeah.
Can't
It
really
is.
say much more.
It just is. My most underrated comes from a pop rock group. I used to listen to these guys a ton in high school. Imagine Dragons. Bleeding Out. As I said, the best Imagine Dragons songs are the ones that you never hear on the radio.
Yep.
Thunder, worst Imagine Dragons song in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I hate it. The only one I actually kind of liked was Radioactive and Demons. I didn't like Believer, but it's become overplayed.
Yep.
But Thunder is 1,000 times worse. Especially Night Visions by Imagine Dragons, that whole album.
Phenomenal.
It's a great album. I love that album.
Mm-hmm.
Smoke and Mirrors,
Yeah.
it's there.
It's
a very respectable second. I don't know if it's the second one, but very respectable outing.
Yep.
Once you got to Evolve and Origin, they just became pop garbage. I mean, they're catchy. I give them that, but I can't listen to them anymore. I remember I was lucky enough to see them in 2013, and it was back when like their newest song was the one that was on Catching Fire's playlist. Who We Are.
Yep.
That was like their newest song at the time, and they played it there, and that one's one of my favorite ones.
Pinnacle. I know we have the same artist, but I don't know if we have the same.
The King of Pop.
Yeah, we have the King of Pop.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Do we have the same song though? I think we do.
I actually don't think we do because we talked about it, but I changed mine last minute.
Oh, then yeah, we don't have the same one.
You want to say yours first?
I have Billie Jean.
Yep. I have Bad.
Okay.
I don't know. Bad's good. I don't know. It's one of the first ones I listened to from Michael Jackson personally.
Let's not beat it though.
No,
Not beat it.
But
not Thriller.
but because I would put Beat and Thriller as overrated in my opinion
Mm-hmm.
because they're good. Don't get me wrong, but they are overrated.
It's the music videos is what makes them.
Yep, that's what makes them.
But I can respect Bad,
Mm-hmm.
especially whenever Weird Al touches Michael Jackson's music.
Exactly, it's phenomenal.
I mean, like Fat, gold.
Yep. Eat It.
Eat It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You can just go on and on with these.
Mm-hmm.
But
All right.
Yeah.
I think we need to turn to our meme music now.
I didn't get my Pinnacle. You want to go meme music? Let's do meme music.
Meme music.
What is the most overrated meme song out there, Jack boy? Jackie Boy, what's the most overrated meme song in your opinion?
All Star by Smash Mouth.
We agree.
Mm-hmm. Overrated.
All Star is overrated.
Overrated.
Overplayed.
Overrated. Overplayed. Overrated. Too many memes about it.
Yeah.
And there are too many bad memes written about it.
Oh yeah, terrible.
Because my underrated has a lot of memes written about it, just not overrated.
I think mine is a true underrated. Like, it should never have died.
What's yours?
Shooting Stars.
Oh my god, we agree on that?
We agreed on underrated.
We had Shooting Stars, okay.
Shooting Stars. I think we differ on the pinnacle, though.
What is your pinnacle?
Rickroll, never gonna give you up.
Okay, yeah, we do differ on that. But pinnacle, it says it in the title. We are number one.
Yeah, I figured that was it.
Yeah, it's the pinnacle.
But I'm mainly surprised we agree on Shooting Stars is the most underrated music meme.
Mm-hmm.
Shooting Stars, beautiful song. Bum, 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 ba-da-da, bum, 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 ba-da-da.
All right, so now we're gonna hit eras. Now we're gonna talk about our
60s.
Yeah, we're gonna talk 60s now. So the overrated.
Overrated 60s song? I got it.
What's your band?
Mine's more of an artist than a band.
Okay.
Neil Diamond.
Yeah, you don't even need to say it. I just know.
Bum, bum, bum. Sweet Caroline. Most overrated 60s song. It is.
I'm going to get a lot of hate for this one. But I had the Stones here. Yep, you can go and walk off. That's fine. Go ahead. Take your time. I'll just say it for stream. You don't even have to listen. Paint It Black. No, Kevin. Stop it. Hey, easy there. You can't tell me that I'm wrong. Paint It Black is...
You're wrong!
Whatever. I'm just going to say my opinion. I don't care if I get sprayed with more water, but Paint It Black is overrated.
Fuck
also,
you.
that just popped up on stream for me, and that's hilarious. But
Fuck you.
Paint It Black is overrated in my opinion. It is a good song. Like, I love the Rolling Stones as much as anybody else, but Paint It Black is one of the more overrated 60 songs.
Fuck you.
Fine. Underrated. You will appreciate my underrated, though, okay? You
Yeah.
want me to tell you that one?
Yeah.
I had The Who here.
Ooh.
Pinball Wizard. Better.
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 Better. Mr. Thunderfingers. I don't have a Who song. I have a Zeppelin. Dazed and Confused.
Yep. I figured you would.
I'm a bassist. I have to put Dazed and
Yep.
Confused.
Now, the Pinnacle, I know 100% we differ on.
Oh, yeah, by far. I don't think you'll ever see mine coming. Surfin' USA, Beach Boys.
Yep.
Surfin' USA.
I actually went to a jazz artist here.
Ooh.
Dean Martin. Ain't That a Kick in the Head?
Ooh.
One of the better ones. Just phenomenal. Just phenomenal. It was just good.
Just rated music there. Callies? Did I say that correctly? Callies? I think I said that. I hope I said that right. Yeah. We're just rating music.
That's all we're doing tonight.
Yeah.
Nothing really too crazy tonight.
Yeah, so right now we just went through a ton of genres, especially rock genres. I hated Jack for about how long have we been going? About an hour. And I doused water on him for saying Paint It Black by the Stones is
The most overrated 60 songs ever? Okay.
it is wrong. You're just wrong.
Okay, sorry.
And because Sweet Caroline is the most overrated 60 song. And if anybody's interested in watching these and you missed that part of the stream, I will be uploading it to the YouTube channel in the bottom in the overlay sometime tomorrow. I'm shooting for the morning. But 70s?
My overrated?
Wait, did you give your Pinnacle 60s?
Yeah, I said Ain't Another Kick in the Head, Dean Martin.
That's right.
Overrated. I'll start this time.
Yep. YouTube is Kensil. It's way down there. No, I only started content creating a couple weeks ago, so I'm very small at the moment.
So my overrated, I turned to Blue Suede. Hooked on a Feeling.
Ooh.
Some people are gonna hate me for that, but it is overrated.
It's because of Guardians.
Yeah.
It's because of Guardians.
Only reason why.
And I think you're shocked that a certain song is not on my list. Which 70s song? I believe it's 70s. What are you expecting on my list?
To be overrated?
No, just to be on the list. I played it a ton like the past couple weeks. It's not on my list.
I have not a clue then.
Mr. Blue Sky.
Oh yeah.
I love Mr. Blue Sky. Also a Guardian song, but no, it's not on my list. My overrated 60s song, I'm gonna get a ton of shit for this. You're either gonna agree or you're gonna hate me more than I hate you on Painted Black. Carry On My Wayward Son. Yeah. Carry My Wayward Son by Kansas. Most overrated 70s song.
I'm gonna need you to pack up your things and get out.
I'm not budging on it.
Okay, underrated. I'm just gonna move on from that. All right, I'll let you go first.
Do I want to be a star? Yes, but I am appreciating the grind.
Yeah, the grind is where you get to that point. So
Yeah.
So underrated.
I'll go with this one. Blue Oyster Cult. Don't Fear the Reaper.
All right.
Don't Fear the Reaper.
Mm-hmm.
I need more cowbell. I got a fever.
Mm-hmm.
I got a fever. And the only cure is more cowbell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even trying the Christopher Walken. But imagine if I become one, what would I say?
It's not a drinking game. It's alcoholism.
Yeah, it's not a drinking game. It's alcoholism. It's the phrase I came up with last Wednesday.
That's kind of the thing with this stream specifically.
Yeah, if I could have one quote, it honestly would be, it's not a drinking game, it's alcoholism.
Exactly. So my underrated, I actually went to Elton John.
Elton John.
I remember listening to this recording. My dad showed me this recording of Elton John performing with the Sydney Symphony Orchestra. The Greatest Discovery. I just love listening to him playing piano and him singing with the live orchestra. It's just phenomenal, and it just.
No, we are roommates, but we are not together.
That's a total lie.
I will be 100% transparent. There's the joke that we're together, but in reality, we're not. Nope. Both as straight as an arrow.
Pinnacle of the 70s.
What did I say? I forget what I said. Because honestly, I did not want to repeat Bohemian Rhapsody. Bohemian Rhapsody is the pinnacle of the 70s. But I did not say it for the sake of repeating. So I chose not necessarily an underrated, but what is honestly very much one of the candidates to take the number one in the 70s. Hotel California, Eagles.
I almost put that there, but I actually turned to the Styx.
Ooh.
Lady.
Styx. Ooh. Who is straight and who is an arrow?
Well, who's more violent? That's you.
That's me.
Yeah.
I'm more violent. I'm the arrow.
Yeah, I'm straight. Okay, cool. All right. Glad we didn't argue about that.
I'm way more violent than you are.
ADs
are one of our favorite eras. Yeah. And I think you are going to agree with me on my overrated, but I want to hear yours first.
I went to the band Duran Duran.
I can accept what you're about to say.
Hungry Like the Wolf.
Yep.
Overrated as shit. Just so bad. So bad.
We are not quoting songs. We are rating songs. We are doing across genres, eras, even memes of the most underrated, overrated, and pinnacle of that genre or era. Currently, we have done through because it's fun.
Why not?
We're music nerds. We study music. We're both on our 4th year of music degrees, and we like to talk about music stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not this channel isn't going to be entirely music stuff. I mean, last two streams we did were more comic book and Star Wars stuff. But yeah, I'm 21.
22.
Yep. So. Yeah.
Yep. So.
Yes, we are from Minnesota.
Yep. All right, let's keep it going.
Yep.
So, what about your overrated?
Nope, not Connecticut.
No.
Yep, Minnesota.
That'd be the one.
You said.
So I said Hungry Like a Wolf, Duran Duran.
Twisted Sister. We're not gonna take it.
We're not gonna take it. Okay, yeah, I can see that being overrated.
Yeah, we're not gonna take it. Overrated as hell.
Underrated.
You know what song this one a lot. I chose a lot. I thought of a lot of songs. Originally, what did I have? What did I have originally for most underrated 80s song? I forget what I had. Honestly. But the most underrated 80s song, in my opinion, one of my favorite 80s bands, my mom got me into them, Skid Row, and their song 18 in Life.
Yep.
It's one of the biggest hits of the 80s.
Yep.
If you want to go even more underrated, that's not underrated enough for you, Sweet Little Sister. There you go. There's another one.
Yep.
But that whole self-titled Skid Row album from 1989 is, I believe, extremely underrated. But yeah, Skid Row.
My underrated? I went to Genesis.
Okay. I know you're a huge Phil Collins fan.
I am a huge Phil Collins fan. And Phil Collins, and when he was with Genesis, this song is from Genesis. Underrated. Mama.
Yeah.
Mama is so underrated because it is bizarre in nature. Like, it's... But honestly, as a whole, Genesis was bizarre. Because Peter Gabriel was bizarre. Like, when Peter Gabriel formed this group, it was just out of this world. It was like something like none the other. And I just think Mama was my favorite Genesis song. One of my favorites, at least.
Yeah. I think Genesis is one of, if not the most underrated 80s bands.
100%.
Yeah.
Because you have one of the most phenomenal drummers in the world. I mean, like, but when you turn to, like, when Phil Collins started writing his own music, like, In the Air Tonight, like, one of the most iconic drum fills of all time. But some people don't know where it's from. They've heard it, but they don't know where it's from. So that just proves to a point that Phil Collins in itself is underrated, and that him being Genesis also makes it underrated.
And underappreciated.
Very underappreciated.
And we can all agree, Phil Collins did not have to go that hard on the Tarzan soundtrack.
No, he did not.
But he did.
Just for us.
The pinnacle
of 80s.
I want to hear yours first.
No, I want to hear yours first. I really want to hear yours first because I feel like we differ on this.
We differ. This one, honestly, I could see. I had to acknowledge overrated versus pinnacle, and I think with that you already know where I'm going with this. It is one of the most overplayed songs in history of music, especially nowadays. It is the definition of a 4-chord song. It is overplayed beyond all hell. It is by far not my favorite 80s song, but I cannot deny its impact on everything. Don't Stop Believing. I can't deny how powerful that song was and how popular it was, how big it was. I mean, obviously I wasn't born and I didn't live through the 80s. I barely lived through the 90s, but I have to acknowledge it.
My pinnacle, I had to turn to one of the best songs, one of the best music videos, one of the better bands. Take On Me, Aha.
Oh my god, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, doesn't that make you feel ashamed that you put Don't Stop Believing there? Take On Me, one of the best songs, one of the best music videos by a pretty good band.
Yeah, but it's definitely a one-hit wonder.
100%. But if you listen to their other music,
that's good
too.
That's good.
Most
overhated song because of its music video, Separate Ways.
Yeah.
Separate Ways. Badass song. Terrible music video.
Yeah. 90s.
Oh, and one thing I want to say before we go into the 90s is that originally I did not have We're Not Gonna Take It for the most overrated song. I had a different song, but it's not really overrated. It's more perfectly not hated enough, and it's still overhated.
Yep.
I had Ice Ice Baby. It came out. I thought it was a 2000 song or a 90s song, like an early 2000s, late 90s song for the longest time. No, 1989. I was shocked, actually.
Really?
Yeah, 1989. But yeah, I originally had that one for most overrated, but I had to dial back and say that one was just hated, not overrated. But yeah, 90s.
My worst, or underrated, sorry, not worst.
Overrated, you mean?
Yeah, overrated. Overrated. I just turned to Ricky Martin. Livin' La Vida Loca.
Livin' La Vida Loca.
Overrated. Just, it's bad. Just bad.
Not mine.
Yeah.
You want me to go grab my acoustic guitar?
No.
Because here's Wonderwall.
Yeah, okay. I knew you'd go there at some point tonight.
I'm not grabbing the guitar.
Okay. Underrated.
What I put for, oh yeah, I remember what I put for underrated. This whole band's underrated. And I mentioned Muse before.
Yep.
Muse did start in the 90s. But like I said, I did not repeat bands. I repeated Weather Report and Jaco Pastorius. Because Pastorius was the bassist for Weather Report. But that's the closest I ever got. So Muse is not in here. But it's a band that is heavily related to Muse. I can sort of see why, but I am in the minority when I say that I think they're very, very similar. Outside of their chord progressions. Just by Radiohead. Phenomenal song. And it does not get nearly the credit it deserves. Everyone hears Radiohead and they think Creep. Creep is not a great song, personally. I don't really care for Creep. It's
creative
decent.
4-chord song.
It is a very creative 4-chord song. If you're going to do a 4-chord song, they did it right. But a rising diminished scale playing that fast on a guitar, it's so simple, but it's one of the hardest riffs, not just riffs, but one of the hardest parts to play. Or it's at least one of the ones like, which one is it? Snow.
Yep.
And Every Breath You Take, or you hear them and you're like, oh, that sounds not too difficult, but it's very, very difficult.
Well, yeah, 100%.
For those two, it's more finger placement.
Yep.
But for this one, it's just pure right hand speed, or pure strum speed. And I just love Just. And it's so underrated.
So mine, we have listened to this song recently. So, Cliffs of Dover, Eric Johnson.
I wanted to put this one on here, but I felt it more as an instrumental genre rather than putting in a decade. But I can fully respect it.
It's underrated. For that decade it's in, it's underrated.
Cliffs of Dover is one of the hardest guitar riffs to ever play.
Yep. And honestly, all parts in that were fairly difficult to play.
Every single part of it.
Yep.
Outside of probably just being able to strum a note.
Yep.
Cliffs of Dover is... And if you ever get a chance, it's not by Eric Johnson, but listen to any of the acoustic covers on YouTube. They're borderline lullabies. And it's beautiful.
Pinnacle. I'm going to start with mine.
Okay.
Because I went to a really, really underrated group in the 90s.
Mine's not.
Boyz II Men.
Ooh.
It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. I think everyone can appreciate Boyz II Men for this one. This one is... It's heart-wrenching, and it is a phenomenal song. Like, you can't... It's good. It's amazing in every way, and I appreciate it so much. I used to listen to it a lot, and it was just phenomenal. Fantastic.
But like I said, I'm not a huge hip-hop artist. I mean, not hip-hop. I'm not a hip-hop artist at all.
Hip-hop fan.
I'm not a huge hip-hop fan. I like it when... I'll like certain parts of it. I love Childish Gambino. I really like Kendrick Lamar. I really like Eminem. Like, those are my big three for me. There's a few other ones I do appreciate. I do like Post Malone. You know, but I can respect Boyz II Men, and I can respect your choice. I don't personally agree with it because of my personal taste. And to me, because of that, I obviously didn't have the what's the right word for this? I didn't have the mindset to pick it, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
I went with probably I could have seen you putting this one as overrated. Again, it's very similar to the 80s. I went with probably the biggest group of the 90s, Nirvana, and Smells Like Teen Spirit.
I can respect that being Pinnacle because it's fantastic.
Yeah. Either that one or Heart Shaped Box.
Heart-shaped box, I'd actually see more as a pinnacle, to be honest with you. But It Smells Like Teen Spirit is more popular than anything.
Yeah, I personally prefer In Bloom and Lithium and Heart-shaped box more than Teen Spirit, but I can't deny Teen Spirit's popularity and its impact.
But the thing is there are so many Nirvana fans that say they're Nirvana fans, but like they say their favorite song is "It Smells Like Teen Spirit." If that's your favorite song, then you're not a Nirvana fan.
Right. It's like, I'm a Metallica fan. Oh, what's your favorite song? Enter Sandman.
Yeah, no, then you're not a Metallica fan.
No, but it would be weird if you, I'm taking a quote from Jared Dines, but it would be weird if your favorite song was Metallica's Enter Sandman and you actually were a diehard Metallica fan.
Yeah, no, it would be weird.
I've never met it. I've never met a person who is a true, like, actually has, like, listened to more than 1 or 2 albums of Metallica and has still said Enter Sandman is my favorite song.
Because I hear a lot of One, From the Bell Tolls, but
my personal favorite.
Yeah.
I love From the Bell Tolls, but I'm a bassist and I'm biased.
Mm-hmm.
So,
let's talk 2000s.
Yes. And this is where I'm going to start putting a lot more pop songs, or what a lot of people consider pop. Because we only have 2 categories left.
Somehow I managed in the 2000s to still get a jazz song in here.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Overrated. Are you ready for mine? I'm going to get a lot of hate here. John Mayer. Waiting on the World to Change. Overrated. I appreciate John Mayer's talent for writing music, but that song's overrated.
Yeah. Do you know what I said? What did I say? Oh, yeah. I went with a band that I personally have never met a single soul who actively says this band, artist, whatever you want to call it, I don't even know if it's a band or an artist at this point, that Maroon 5 is their favorite band. I've never met I've met Maroon 5 fans. Mm-hmm. I like a couple of their songs myself, so I think Payphone's a pretty good song. I do not understand this love. This love, I don't like it. I think it's overrated as hell.
Some cool chords in it.
Yeah, it's got some chords in it, but it's overrated.
Yeah.
I personally don't like it.
Now, this is where I got jazz in here. Underrated, my opinion. Michael Bublé's Feeling Good. Underrated, underappreciated. Did
somebody break out the Christmas music? Because Michael Bublé only comes out like Mariah Carey like once a year.
You're right, but... You're right. I mean, I don't know. Michael Bublé is fantastic. I like him.
I talked to our buddy about this one back when he was here and we were filling these lists out. And I had a hard choice between these two. I have one that I think is more underrated, but I have to acknowledge the other one. In the 2000s, I was debating between No One Knows by Queens of the Stone Age and Take Me Out by Franz Ferdinand. I chose Take Me Out. Mm-hmm. I have to acknowledge No One Knows. Mm-hmm. One of my favorite rock songs ever. Underrated bass line for how simple it is. Mm-hmm. Dave Grohl on drums is an eargasm. Yep. And Josh Homme, I don't know who the other guitarist is, but Josh Homme is one of the most underrated rock stars ever. Mm-hmm. Put all that together and you create No One Knows. Yep. I mean, I'm not a huge Queens of the Stone Age fan. Yeah. I'm not. I only really know No One Knows, and I know that Dave Grohl and Josh Homme went on to with John Paul Jones of Led Zeppelin to create Them Crooked Vultures, which if you have not listened to Them Crooked Vultures, go and at least listen to New Fang. Great song. Mm-hmm. Super underrated, but it is a super group because Dave Grohl, Josh Homme, and John Paul Jones. I mean, it's just a fucking trio of eargasms. But yeah, I had to say Take Me Out by Franz Ferdinand is one of, if not the most underrated song of the 2000s.
Pinnacle. I'm going to let you go for this one.
I don't think you can argue with mine.
I can't.
Mr. Brightside, The Killers.
I can't argue with it. Killers it's just a great group.
Mr. Brightside. It has to be the pinnacle of the 2000s. It's similar in Don't Stop Believing, how I can see it being as overrated because it's played everywhere and it's always acknowledged, but there's a reason because of that.
Yep. So I have mine, and it's almost a meme of why it's my pinnacle. Josh Groban, You Raise Me Up. You have to acknowledge its popularity and why it's up there.
Yeah.
It's purely for memes. But it's... You have to admit, it's not a bad song.
It's
either.
not. It's not.
It's one of the highlights of what the 2000s was.
Yeah, the 2000s was a fever dream.
Yeah, 100%. It's like kind of like, okay, this happened. Okay, where are we at now? Okay,
It's either gold or it's a fever dream.
Yep.
There's not really a lot of bad from the 2000s. I mean, there, don't get me wrong, there is bad.
Yeah.
But I need to acknowledge one other pinnacle that I think we forgot about. Black Eyed Peas.
I swear to God. Do not say it. Do not say it.
That song is more 2009 than 2009 itself.
Do not say it.
I'm not going to say it. But let's go into 2010s. And this is our last category, and we've only been going
for just
an hour and 20.
Yeah, we've been doing pretty good.
Yeah.
So I think we're almost done. We can probably talk a little bit about what's coming up. Probably give a hints about what we're going to do. So.
But first things first is the overrated, underrated, and pinnacles of the 2010s. We just left them a matter of months ago.
Mm-hmm. Overrated, my opinion. I turn to John Legend.
Ooh.
All of me.
Yeah.
Overrated.
I went a different route. I went to a movie.
Oh no.
Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper, Shallow.
Yep. Overrated. We're going to get a lot of hate of it for it. But, yeah, it's just...
It's terrible.
What's your favorite singer? Well, I think we differ on this, but I like Phil Collins.
Singer? I don't know. Honestly, I'm just going to default to my favorite band singer, and that's Matt Bellamy of Muse. I think he's got a phenomenal voice. Gaga and Bradley Cooper. Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga are... Bradley Cooper's an actor before he's a musician. Mm-hmm. He can play guitar. He can sing. He's an actor before he's a musician.
And Lady Gaga can sing. I will acknowledge that.
Lady Gaga's got some fucking bops.
Mm-hmm.
I will admit that. Yeah, it's okay.
Don't
Honestly,
worry.
English is our first language, and we're not.
We're really bad at
it. We're terrible with it.
Underrated.
Underrated.
Wait, no.
Yeah, underrated.
Yeah, okay, I was going to say, yeah, you did talk about it. Underrated. I'll let you go first.
This one could be considered overrated, but I think it's also a bit underappreciated, and I think it's been more appreciated as time has gone on. And I think it's going to become one of the cult classics of the 2010s. Capital Cities, Safe and Sound.
Mm-hmm.
I used to love that fucking song.
You know, with mine, I actually turned to a rap artist. And I'm going to get more hate because he's white. Once again. I turned to Logic.
Really?
44 More on his second Bobby Tarantino album. Just an absolute one of my favorites. Just phenomenal. Just good. Yeah. I don't have much more to say about it.
I spelled Phil Collins, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I thought it was 1L.
And then your... Oh, wait, no, wait. Yeah, no. Pinnacle.
Mine, I think, is also a bit underrated. We Are Young by Fun. I know they broke up, but I wish Fun stayed together. I loved We Are Young. I loved Some Nights.
Mm-hmm.
We needed more fun. I loved We Are Young.
My Pinnacle, I also turned to another rap artist. Kanye. All of the Lights.
Great song.
One of the best stand charts ever.
Yep.
But I just appreciate Kanye. I like this one was just, it was a good song.
Like I said, with me at least. I'm not a huge hip-hop fan.
But you can acknowledge when
I will full-on acknowledge that your list is 100% valid, except for a few songs.
You know what? Same with you, buddy.
Buddy, old pal, old friend.
So I think let's talk about what's coming up for Talking Nerd. So we can
Star Wars.
Yeah, that's Star Wars.
That's Star Wars. And you probably can't see this one here, but this is a Night Before Christmas.
Oh, here I can close this.
Yeah, it's. I'm gonna turn the light off actually. If that's okay.
Spoopy hours.
Spoopy hours.
Oh boy.
But this is the Nightmare Before Christmas. My mom actually made me this.
Don't forget to shut off the kitchen light too.
Yeah. I'm just gonna turn it on first. Light switch is here. I will go ahead and hit. And last but not least,
Spoopy hours.
there it is.
Yep.
My mom made that for me.
Oh,
Yep. No warning whatsoever. But yeah, the night before Christmas.
Yep.
But I just wanted to throw that in there.
So let's talk about what's coming up. So Wednesday's stream, we're going to be talking a little bit more about expectations about what this is going to be going on.
Yeah, because we want to keep doing this, but at the same time, what's a good way to put it?
We want to figure out our schedule because we're both going to be working, and we want to figure out how much we should actually be doing this because we don't want to get too burnt out with it where we get sick and tired of doing it. But we also want to give you guys content, and we want you to be happy with what we're streaming.
Yes, we have thought of scheduling ideas, like with what on our end, because I don't think you guys want to hear too much about our scheduling plans.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about that on the side, and we'll plan something that's a little more appropriate for the needs, because I think streaming 3 times a week will get burnt out pretty quick.
So yeah, and plus with work and eventually school on top of that would be... I mean, yeah, we'd love to be regular at the same time, but...
Which I think we'll try to be, but we just won't do 3 times a week.
Right. I would love to do 3 times a week.
But it's a lot when we have jobs and we have school.
Yes, with school, of course, coming later in August, here in about 6 or so weeks, but... Which, honestly, I didn't realize that was that close, but... I mean...
Yeah, I think we can... Friday, we'll be talking something along the lines of video games.
We're going to try to.
Try to.
Yeah, we don't have a whole lot of ideas with that one at the moment.
But we'll plan...
We're going to start thinking about that starting tonight, actually.
Honestly, probably.
Yeah, but we have other ideas that require preparation.
Yep.
A lot of preparation.
Like, we're planning on binging a series. I don't know if you want to spoil it.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
But I don't know how much you want to plan or spoil about it.
I'm not going to spoil anything. Just know that there is a lot of preparation that we're going to put into... Thank you. That actually means a ton. We are planning on putting a lot of work into... I'll just say this. It involves watching a TV show. I will say that. No, we're not going to spoil. It involves fan theories, I don't really like this term because I feel like it's got its own stigma, but fan fiction. It's more of fan stories for what would happen off screen between one show and another show.
Like, what would happen? We would probably we'd honestly write our own Shippuden, essentially.
That is about as close as I'm willing to say. Is it would be along the lines of a Shippuden. If you don't know what a Shippuden is, it's like taking characters from a cartoon and aging them up. A perfect example is Naruto.
Yep.
It is actually called Naruto Shippuden. It'll also have Ben 10 and Ben 10 Alien Force.
Yep.
That's also a bit of a Shippuden, so to speak. So it's taking a show like that, but aging up the characters, and we're going to have to watch a show to get better knowledge of the universe, so that way we can full on do the best we possibly can.
Yep. So that'll take some time.
Which, honestly, the closest it's possibly going to be is sometime next week.
Yeah, it'll probably be sometime next week, as close as it can be, maybe 2 weeks out, depending on how long it takes us.
Yeah.
But we will try our best, but I really don't have much more to say.
No, it's just that we're still going to plan for a stream on Wednesday. I know I'm working on Wednesday. We're going to do our best to talk about what our plan is going forward in terms of schedule, in terms of content, in terms of just everything. We're also going to have... take care of you, too. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for all the comments. But we're also going to talk... But there is going to be something else we're going to... I think we should have something else nerdy to talk about this upcoming Wednesday rather than talking about plans and whatnot. And we will take ideas from chat and put them into this little notebook here with Chewbacca on it and keep those for a rainy day and keep those put away, logged, so that we can always come back to them and that way we don't run the risk of forgetting.
Yep.
So Wednesday is going to be trying to do not necessarily a poll, but
get some ideas from
get some ideas from you guys of what you guys were wanting to see, because we love music, we love Star Wars, we love comics, we love Naruto. Well, you probably more than me.
We'll
Anything nerdy.
Anything nerdy, we'll talk about. So give us
Or-
ideas. We'll
or
do
do our
research.
best.
We'll do our best. We'll research even if you need us to. We'll take our time. But we will get your ideas out there.
And one thing I will say before we turn off for the night is we'll do our best to stream at minimum 2 days a week.
Yep.
At minimum 2 days a week. We're going to shoot for 3 and see where we go from there.
Yep.
But next stream for I should say for definite, but it's still in the schedule, is Wednesday at 10 p.m.
We'll give you notice on his Twitter.
Twitter is in the bottom down here. So Kensil18 is the handle. I will do my best. We will do our best to make sure that the schedule is updated to the best of our ability. Also, if there isn't anything given in the Twitter, I will do my best to upload something into the Instagram, and
Even potentially the YouTube if you really need to as well.
YouTube if I need to. But if there's going to be an update, it's most likely going to be on Instagram. If not, definitely it's going to be on Twitter.
Alrighty.
I think that is good for now.
All right.
I had a lot of fun, and then one last thing before we log off is that this stream in its entirety will be uncut, uploaded to YouTube sometime tomorrow. I'm going to shoot for the morning to get it uploaded, but it does take a bit of time. So, yeah.
All right. This is Talking Nerd signing off.
Yep. Thank you all for watching.